Question for you.
Answer.
What's the difference between this and that?
Other than $5,000?
$5,000. Welcome to another episode of Plugged In. Let's talk PEs coming to life.
PEs.
Player exclusives, team issues, samples. You've heard different names for them. One-of-ones, look-sees, all that good stuff. So PEs are now coming to life at times with the expensive version and the general release version.
So when we look back at PEs and player exclusives,
Yeah.
have they always been Nike's way of half-ass committing to an athlete? Like, we're not going to give you your own shoe. You don't deserve a style. And the league used to make you match your uniform. So we're going to give you a Jordan so you can keep selling his shoes.
You brought up a very good point with that because we're a little bit older. Remember when we were coming up, damn near everyone had a signature shoe.
There were like 50 signature shoes.
Sean Kemp had his own shoe. Gary Payton had his own shoe.
We already talked about the glove in another episode, but that was one of my favorite shoes of all time.
Who else had their own shoe? Shaq had his own shoe. Alonzo Mourning had his own shoe. Dikembe Mutombo had his own shoe.
Patrick Ewing had his own shoe.
Patrick had his own shoe line.
Boom.
Tim Hardaway had his own shoe. So many people had their. Chris Webber had his own shoe.
Charles Barkley
had his own shoe. Kevin Johnson had his own shoe. Everyone had their own shoe.
Two people on the Suns had their own shoe at the same time.
Facts.
Big.
So for a while, Nike went away from giving signature lines and they were just doing PEs, certain colorway exclusives. Then I think with Chase's favorite, the whole Nike basketball line, when people getting their own shoes kind of came back up again, but still the numbers were real low. KD, Kobe, LeBron, and for a while, like that was it. And then
that
later,
was really the only shoes in that era that at least I remember.
Big facts. And then you kind of had Kyrie snuck in there, Paul George snuck in there, and it kind of opened up a little bit more, but still you had complete just PEs. To what you said earlier on the Jordan side, there's a lot of Jordan athletes who had PEs that if you didn't know, these are the colors you're rocking with now that are GRs that were really PEs. We're going to pass it to Skeet Shirt. You want to come by and just say, hey, Skeet Shirt?
I'd prefer not.
He's here. What does Skeet Shirt have here? He's got a GR, a Jordan 13 Court Purple, but whose shoe was this first? Kevin Martin. If you don't know who Kevin Martin is, Kevin Martin was a two-guard who played on Rockets, Kings, what else were we talking about? Thunder, that was like his last go-around. But a lot of his PEs are coming out as GRs, so it's kind of crazy to see. If you take that Skeet Shirt, throw us another PE, would you? Just throw us another one.
I'm just going to hold it.
Or
I
a
feel
GR,
weird with
but it's really a
nothing in my
PE.
hand.
What's he going to give us? He's going to, oh, God! Another one, the Red Flint. This is a Kevin Martin PE when he was on the Houston Rockets. This is literally the exact same colorway, the exact same everything, except instead of the Jordan sign, it said K12 and kind of had him shooting like a jump shot, kind of like the Ray Allen logo, little bit, which is another PE House Hoops exclusive. How much do you think those go for now? Remember that was a huge deal.
The Ray Allen?
The Ray Allen 12, the white and green. That's probably got to be. Yeah, and that was a PE that they did exactly, but they released it to the public. So yes, Kevin Martin, two guard, look him up.
Why did Kevin Martin get so many PEs?
Because actually, if you are a PE fan, collecting some of them is really cool because it's players you didn't really care about, but the colorways were dope. Fred Jones, if you remember the Malice at the Palace, played on the Indiana Pacers. He didn't get into the fight, but he was there. He had Indiana Pacer Air Jordan PEs on.
I want to have a whole episode about the Malice in the Palace.
Fantastic. I love the Malice in the Palace.
That is one of my, I'll admit it out loud, that was one of my favorite moments from basketball history from that entire era. Like, the water cup hits the face, and then you're like, he's not going to go in the stands.
And yes, he is.
Yes, he did. And then Leonard changes the name to World Peace.
Hey, Meta. He was ahead of his time.
He's been in the metaverse for a minute.
Big facts, big facts. So PEs, let's talk about one of my favorites because we're from St. Louis. Darius Miles had a string of Jordan PEs, especially when he was on the Clippers and when he was on the Cavs. One of which is the Air Jordan 9. Oh, God. Oh, he rocked it in. Oh, off the face. Good move. This is a Darius Miles on the Clippers or on the Cavs. Quentin Richardson also wore this. So when Jordan had his Jordan line of athletes, they all had PEs. So if you remember those classic Clipper teams, the Knuckleheads, remember that? You might not. It's worth a Google. This is a Darius Miles PE. So instead of the 23, it had a 21. Very dope.
I'm still losing my shit in case y'all missed it. Chase took
Shot
a
to the
Jordan
face.
13 straight off the dome.
Facts.
Yeah.
Hey, calm down. Don't you, hey.
We'll have to call Dave the enforcer in.
Dave,
You need to get Chase in line.
another good person
Gently
that,
toss the shoe, Chase.
who had some good PEs was Carmelo Anthony. He had a slew of Air Jordan 12s, Air Jordan 2s. Boom.
This is one of my favorite PEs.
Melo! So, dope shoe. PE turned into a GR. So some of these shoes, like, I don't want to say Jordan Brand's getting lazy, but you mentioned lazy before.
Yeah. So, I mean, basically what you're saying is they haven't invented a new shoe that sells out since 1999, the 14,
Yeah?
right? And now we're saying they haven't even invented a new color in 10 years. Like, we're just going to keep banging out the things that we've done before.
But it works.
Yeah, absolutely.
If Nike's too big to fail, go back and watch our NFT episode. Nike's too big to fail.
Well, and what's interesting to me about what they keep doing too, which is, and maybe this is their purpose, maybe they're brilliant, is they're tying into people who actually have the memories and the experiences from 10 years ago, while also giving younger people something that they feel is new and different, and people eat it up. So
It's going to sell.
I just want a job at Nike. I don't actually have to do anything but look through old pictures of Nikes.
And I want that swoosh discount.
Yeah, right?
Yeah,
Hook it up.
I want that swoosh discount. Another shoe that some of these that seem to be unattainable. We showed you a $5,000 pair of UNC 4s, and we showed you the UNC that came out. Is the Green Apple Jordan 5, aka the Oregon.
So that's another source for PEs, right? We talk about professional athletes, but
Colleges.
really been making waves in the last 10 years? Do you remember, do you remember back in the old days when we were in our 20s, do you remember college PEs at all?
Not real. I remember seeing pictures.
Because you remember
of them.
everything.
Yeah,
you brought up 9 Kevin Martin shoes. So
they sell
if
them.
you can't remember a college PE, they couldn't have
I
been.
remember them like they damn near were so unattainable, and Nike wasn't doing this. So like you knew like if the Oregon football team had a shoe, there was going to be 73 pairs. It was for the 73 people who were on the team. Or if the UNC basketball team had shoes, it was 12 players. Those were the 12, and you knew they weren't going to be in our size.
Right.
They were going to be like size 14. Like, oh, what am I going to do with this?
So it's been going on for a hot minute.
Yeah, it's been going on, but I think now it's kind of cool that Nike is actually bringing it out. The one thing I do like about it too, small detail. This is a Green Apple 5. It's not the Oregon 5. The Oregon 5 has the same tongue, sort of, and it's got an O on it. But I like that they put the kind of jock tag on there, so it kind of represents.
That comes out of Nike Sportswear, correct?
Yeah, which it had
the big tag.
The big tag and the whole engineered for Nike athletes, blah, blah, blah.
Dude, I remember when that stuff first dropped. I feel like it was in like the mid 90s.
Yeah.
And thought it was cool. So that's when they dropped it on the 4s we just looked at, the UNC 4s.
Yep.
Chase abandoned his poster. I'd have it thrown back. But yeah, those details of taking it away from the PE and making it more unique and really using it as, I don't know, Nike's way of either being lazy or connecting all age demographics.
Connecting all age demographics and to make something that's crazy expensive attainable. So I do applaud them for that. Like, I always wanted a pair of these. Wasn't gonna drop the 6, 7, 8K that was for, but I'll cop a pair sanctioned in my size.
Yes, sir.
So, yeah, a little bit of knowledge for you. PEs come to life. PEs that are attainable. One of my favorites is that Gary Payton, because Gary Payton's the GOAT point guard. Don't argue. The Gary Payton Jordan 12, the black and yellow one, his 1 year on the Lakers.
And
thanks, Nike.
And the purpose of this whole episode, as I see it, I hope you join my cause. I hope you all join our cause. We're going to start a hashtag. It's called Bring Back Kevin Martin. Maybe in the 3-on-3 league. Coach Kevin Martin?
No, I want to see him in the Big Three, and I want him to bring out some. I want to see him, Ray Allen, and Richard Hamilton just have boom, boom, boom. Even though
buckets,
buckets, but Rip Hamilton's peas were stolen. Sorry about that.
What are you going to do? I appreciate y'all tuning in. Drop some comments below.
What's your favorite PE? We kind of want to know. What's your favorite PE that you've ever seen? Drop a comment below. All that good stuff right below. Drop it.
Appreciate y'all tuning in.
Peace.